and the PT test. But you know, after all this time, after not, I'm up by the way, but after all this time, not sleeping, not eating too much, it's pretty good. But
Well, good luck. We're gonna catch you out there. We'll see. All right. That was PFC Travis Williams, representing U.S. Army Europe. He's the youngest competitor in this competition, and he will be wearing the red belt. How are you doing, Specialist Hernandez?
I'm doing good, Sergeant. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So what are you doing out here? What's your job?
We're the medics. We're making sure that nobody gets hurt, watching for any injuries, and treating any injuries that may happen.
All right, have you had any so far today?
We've had a bloody nose, a few cuts, bruises, blisters, that's about it.
And do you guys make decisions on when to stop a fight, or if somebody can continue or not continue?
No, that's up to the referees on stopping the fights. If they can continue or they can't continue, that's up to us if their injuries are too severe. But we haven't had any of that today.
All right, so you'll make the determination and give that advice to the referees, is that right?
Roger, yes.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you very much, Special Nurse. We appreciate it. All right, looks like for this bout, again, we have PFC Travis Williams representing U.S. Army Europe in the red belt against PFC Thomas Hauser representing U.S. Army Forces Command in the blue belt, and he is with the 563rd Military Police Company, 91st Military Police Battalion out of Fort Drum. Referee is Sergeant Wells, who was giving us the play-by-play commentary, but now he is reffing, so he is doing many jobs today. It's the battle of the PFCs. Oh, takedown by PFC Williams in the red belt. That's 4 points for PFC Williams. Total of 7 now, actually. 4 and 3. Tapped out. There you go, submission. That's going to be win by submission for PFC Travis Williams, the 173rd Airborne out of Vicenza, Italy, representing for U.S. Army Forces Europe. We're approaching the semifinal round here pretty soon. This is where the best of the best will compete for the championship of this combatives tournament here at the 2011 Army Best Warrior competition here at Fort Lee, Virginia. All right, looks like we have Sergeant Christopher Cusho. He's a senior transmission systems operator with Bravo Company 98th Expeditionary Single Battalion, representing the U.S. Army Reserves. He is in the red belt. That's Sergeant Cusho in the red belt. All right, red belt, Sergeant Cusho. Blue belt, Staff Sergeant Raymond Santiago. And he is representing the U.S. Army Training and Doctor Command. He is a Ranger instructor assigned to Alpha Company, 4th Ranger Battalion. Okay. Sergeant Cusho is with the U.S. Army Reserve Command. He is a reservist. There is a challenge for Reserve and National Guard soldiers with their training time. 1 weekend a month versus the active duty forces who do this every day. So it's a big commitment for these Reserve and Guard soldiers out here to compete against these active duty soldiers. And it looks like Staff Sergeant Santiago in the blue belt is on top. He is in the dominant position, but that does not mean it's over. Sergeant Cusho in the red belt has blue belt by the collar in a lapel lock. The referees have to pay careful attention because everything can be a point out here. The referee's giving him a warning. The referee is giving blue a warning. You cannot slam your competitor in these combatives tournaments. All right, the referee has stopped time because they are going off the mat. He's going to move them back to the middle, place them in the exact same position, and then restart the match. All right, time on. Each competitor has their sponsors and their support team in the stand cheering them on, giving them that extra motivation to keep going. For these guys, it's their 5th or 6th bout, so they must be getting tired. But everybody wants to win this thing. "10 seconds left. The judges have called 10 seconds. And that's time. This bout will go to decision. Let's see who gets this. Again, the competitors are going to hug it out at the end because it's all professional right here. Win or lose, we're all professionals at the end. And winner by points, Staff Sergeant Raymond Santiago in the blue belt, U.S. Army Training and Doctor Command with Alpha Company, 4th Ranger Battalion. We're going to swing it over here to the other bout. We have Corporal Ryan Barger, U.S. Army Reserve, 303rd Military Police Company. He is a native of Jackson, Michigan, representing the 200th MP Command. In the blue belt, we have Specialist Ryan Lindenburg. He is the representing U.S. Army National Guard. So we have the U.S. Army National Guard versus the U.S. Army Reserve. Blue belt. he's got his arm. Corporal 4 points. 4 points for Specialist Lindenburg. Oh. 10 seconds left. And the ref has called time. This will go to decision. Specialist Ryan Lindenburg, U.S. Army National Guard in the blue belt. Corporal Barger in the red belt. The referees are conferring with each other.
Winner by points, blue.
Winner by points, blue. Specialist Ryan Lindenburg, U.S. Army National Guard. He is a combat engineer assigned to the 817th Engineer Company, Jamestown, North Dakota. Real quick, Sergeant Wells, what happens if somebody gets hurt or they can't continue? Can you explain the rules of the process?
Okay, just like with when we had the blood situation, if there's an injury, the referee's going to stop. Again, the referee's primary job is safety. So the referee will stop the match, bring the medic over. If it's a serious injury, the medic have to declare the other person the winner if the person can't medically continue. But if the person gets checked out, he said he's good to go and he wants to keep fighting, then we let the match continue.
All right, so there are options. There you have it, folks. Thank you, Sergeant Wells. We're gonna swing it back over here to this bout. We have in the red belt, Sergeant First. All right, in the blue belt, we have Specialist Blaze Corbin, U.S. Army Training and Doctrine Command. And he is going up against Miller in the red belt. The referee has stopped it. He did tap out. This was a submission. Winner by submission, red. That is Miller. The crowd loves it. All right, we're going to swing on over to the next bout. Again, we have the youngest competitor of the 2011 Army Best Warrior competition. That's PFC Travis William. Again, he is with the headquarters and headquarters company, second of the 503rd, 173rd Airborne Brigade Infantry. Specials Williams is representing U.S. Army Europe. He is in the red belt. PFC Williams is in the red belt. And in the blue belt, we have Staff Sergeant Ilker Ermack, U.S. Army Medical Command. He is an optical laboratory specialist at the General Leonard Wood Army Community Hospital. PFC Williams, 3 points. All right, the referee's got him back on their feet. PFC Williams is in the red belt. Staff Sergeant Ermack is in the blue belt. Oh, takedown. There is quite a bit of a size difference into the two competitors, but again, for this tournament in modern Army combatives, size does not really matter. It's all on how you can take down your opponent. We have the sponsors off to the side. Referee has stopped the fight. Looks like Staff Sergeant Ermack's gonna need a little help. Getting up. And this, by submission, the youngest competitor, 19 years old, Private First Class Travis Williams, U.S. Army Europe Command, with the second of the 503rd, 173rd Airborne Brigade. Airborne. Back up after only about a 5-minute break. We have Hauser. That's PFC Thomas Hauser. He is in the red belt. And he is going up against Sergeant's side. Right, we have Sergeant Wells back with us. Can you give us a little play-by-play right here?
Sure. All right. So it looks like Sergeant's side, the competitor wearing the blue, has the man in red in the guard. Now the thing about the guard, he's on his back, but he still has a dominant position because he has more attacks. If the man on top gives him straight arms by choking, he can go for a sweep or an armbar. And in that scramble, it looks like Sergeant's side came out on top. Referee just called time. That's what he did. He looked at the situation, saw where they were at. They were getting close to out of bounds, so he's going to reset them in the same exact position. He's putting side back inside the guard. Once he sees they're in position, he's going to talk to the timekeeper, tell him to restart. And side's working to try and get out. He's in a half guard now. Well, there's a scramble. There's no points there. Even though they switched positions, there was not a sweep. It's just a scramble, so there's no points. Now the man on top, he's working to get out of that half guard. If he gets that leg out, that's going to be 3 points for passing the guard, because you can pass from a full guard or the half guard. You see the man on bottom grabbing at the elbows of the competitor on top. That's what you see when they're trying to set up that straight arm bar. He would separate his legs, open up his legs, rotate around the body to the side that he's cupping with that hand, the elbow that he's cupping with the hand, wrapping one leg around his back, and one leg's going to go over the head to lock in for that arm bar from the guard.
Now, is there a minimum time in between bouts that they're required to take a break for, or can they go immediately into the next bout?
We give them a 5-minute break. So say they get their first loss and they end up going to the loser's bracket, they have to fight again. We're going to give them a 5-minute break to catch their breath, get some water, and then they'll go right back out there.
Now, are these guys usually tired around this round of the tournament after going through 4 or 5 fights?
Extremely tired. You see this here and at the All Army Combatives Tournament. When you get into these fights, it's an exhausting experience. You're exerting a lot of energy, and especially if you get into a chokehold, you can't breathe. And here's a chokehold right here. He's turning into him, trying to get out of it. If he rolls over, he'd end up in the guard, and that's time.
All right, looks like this will go to decision. The referee saw that there was 10 seconds left, did not stop it because it went out of bounds, because he felt like he had control of the situation. Let's see what the decision is. All right, looks like Private First Class Hauser is going to take that one. And he's representing U.S. Army Forces Command, PFC Hauser, red belt, has won that one. Here at Fort Lee, Virginia, we have quite a mixture of participants and spectators. We have the sponsors who came out here to support their troops. We also have people here at Fort Lee, including the AIT soldiers and people from all kinds of commands. We have a lot of leaders here representing their commands, representing their soldiers, cheering them on and supporting them. We're going to do a 15-minute iteration right here before we go on to the semifinals of this 2011 Army Best Warrior competition here at Fort Lee, Virginia, the Combatives Tournament. For those of you who are tuning in, We're here at the live streaming of the 2011 Best Warrior Competition Combatives Tournament here at Fort Lee, Virginia. We do have a 15-minute break, about 10 more minutes left of that before we continue on to the semifinals of this tournament. We're going to go over the semifinal list, see who's fighting who. See if we can bring it over here to the board. We have the tournament bracket. We have
Hey guys, clear out away from that.
Are you in? Oh, okay. All right, you're good. All right, here we have the tournament down to the semifinals. We have Santiago versus Miller, Swint versus Lindenburg, and over in the losers bracket we have Barger versus Hauser and Corbin versus Williams. That is the semifinal round. We're going to see that in about 8 minutes. While we're taking a break. All right, we have one of the referees here. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Staff Sergeant Hoxie. I work for the Warrior Training Center, also the Installation Combatives, NCOIC.
All right, what are you seeing so far thus far in the tournament? What are things you're looking at, and how do you feel about it?
What I'm seeing is that a lot of these guys are getting good combatives training. They got a good foundation and base, and a lot of times the soldiers that are on the lower level have a hard time to finish, but these guys are doing pretty good. So I can tell that they have a lot of training in their background.
Now, these kind of events, you really know who's going to win, right? Like coming into it, it could be anybody, right?
Yes, it is. Even those guys that are like most dominant, any day can be caught, and that's why combatives is so good. You know, you gotta catch the opening. So if you catch a guy, then that's what it is. I mean, there's dominant guys out there, but they can't lose. So you never know. You can't put your money on anybody really here, and all these guys are pretty good.
All right, one thing I've noticed is that we have guys out here with Special Operations Command who know you get additional training on this kind of stuff, and yet we have other guys out here who don't have that kind of training, but still it looks like it's anyone can win this thing. It doesn't matter who's training you. As long as you train for this event, you know, you can still win this.
Yes, actually, like, if you know, I had to be, of course, biased in here. I can't be biased here. I got to be one-sided because I'm refereeing. But if I were like on the sideline watching, I probably would put my money on those guys that are special operations because they get those extensive training and they get those special people, even the outside world from MMA they get. But I am actually surprised at some of these other guys from units. So they really prepared themselves for this competition. So I think it's even across the board.
All right, thank you very much. So again, you hear it here. It doesn't matter. Everyone here trains for this event. Everyone's at least level 1 combatives. Sometimes there's a little bit of skill. Well, there's a lot of skill. Sometimes there's a little bit of luck, but it's anyone's game. Command Sergeant Major. How you doing, Command Sergeant Major?
Sergeant Major.
Sergeant Major. Can you introduce yourself, Sergeant Major? No, you're good right here, Sergeant Major. Who are you with, Sergeant Major?
I'm with CASCOM headquarters, the G3 operations cell.
How do you feel about this event so far?
This event is an outstanding event to let the nation know the Army's top junior enlisted soldier and top NCO across the entire Army. So it's an outstanding event.
What would you like people to get away from this kind of event, like soldiers to take back with them?
Well, we try to make the event as realistic as possible. As you see, the night fire along with all the explosion and everything, and we brought the explosion in as close as possible to ensure that we didn't have a safety incident or whatever, but to ensure that we had the realism of combat. And so we want to get them prepared of this is as close as you get to combat, and so they would know when they go into the war zone that they got somewhat of a feel of the different explosion and the all the activity and stuff that goes around.
All right, well, thank you very much, Sergeant Major. We appreciate that. All right. All right, we got you suited up over here. What exactly are you wearing over here?
All right, Sergeant Scott, so what this is our sock piece suit. We wear these suits like this and the head protection when we're going in to the mountain villages, the villages that you see right over there. Whenever we're in doing room clearing, stuff like that, or whenever we're trying to do full force-on-force contact, we put these suits on. It's a protective suit that lets us go full force and not hold anything back. That way we get the full amount of training. But we got the creator of this suit and the SOCP program here, Greg Thompson. He's going to come in and just tell you a little bit about this suit.
How you doing?
Very good. How are you doing?
Good. This suit basically was designed to be the evolution of the suit. Some of the things that we've added to it is we can wipe it down because of MRSA, staph, ringworm, and things like that. It's so hard to keep suits clean. We can wipe this one down. Also, what you notice right here is we can slide images in here. So what it can be is an old lady, an old man, a child, or it could be the guy you're looking for. You show them a picture, they're looking for a hit. So when you put a person under duress, under stress, they have to start thinking about face recognition as well. So we have that into it. The pants aren't here, but they have hidden compartments for explosive devices, handguns or knives. The helmet right here is the next evolution. You can breathe a lot better. And one of the new designs here is in the back, is you can quickly lace it up. You pinch it right here and push this up so when it's on your head, you can lace it up yourself. A lot of the problems that we're finding with the helmets when the soldiers are passing around, they don't fit the head properly. So we have to have a way that's simple and fast because they're just going to grab them and Velcro them. So here we can quickly lace it up so it fits tight just like a shoe. So also with this suit, everything on this suit can be either wiped down or washed. So it's the evolution of training.
And how is this suit making training more effective for the troops?
Is the impact. We have a little more impact in this section right here. I'll move around to this side where you don't mind if I get you a little shot right here. If you can take a good shot here. So if I can strike him in the chest, I can knee him here, and he can take a tremendous amount. Look, he didn't even phase him. Okay, so beefing it up a little bit here. Also in the shoulder pads, we can take the shoulder pads off that you couldn't do before. So if you wanted to do more clinch work, you can take them off. So little things like that. You know, it's slowly evolving constantly. So who knows, next year and the year after, we're going to improve things even more. But it's mainly coming from feedback from soldiers, guys that are training all the time. You know, we have to stay on the leading edge of developing stuff to develop our training and to take our training to the next level.
All right, excellent. So this is allowing soldiers to go full force in the training to let them get the full effect of these, especially this kind of combatives training, right?
Exactly, exactly. This is a suit we wear when we go in our houses. We put the bad guys in these suits. That way they can, the people coming through, the competitors in this case, can go full force, throw them on the ground, butt stroking them with their weapons, and they can take the impact and pressure when they have these suits on.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. I appreciate that. Again, we have video of this all week. We've shown them these suits being used. Okay, let's go back to the tournament right here. See who we have. In the blue belt, we have Private First Class Travis Williams, the youngest competitor again. And in the red belt, we have Corbin. In the red belt, Specialist Blaze Corbin, U.S. Army Training and Doctrine Command. In the blue belt, PFC Travis Williams, U.S. Army Europe, U.S. Army Forces Europe. Looks like he's got him in an arm bar. Looks like PFC Williams. Blue has got red in an arm bar. He's trying to get out of it. Red is trying to get out of it. Looks like... The ref looks like someone tapped out. It was a submission. Referee's gonna give us a decision. It is a submission. Winner by submission, Private First Class Travis Williams in the blue belt. Representing U.S. Army Europe, the youngest competitor. Looks like we have Corporal Barger in the blue belt. And PFC Hauser in the red belt. Corporal Barger representing the 303rd Military Police Command, U.S. Army Reserve. PFC Hauser representing U.S. Army Forces Command in the red belt. Referee has called time because they were edging off the mat. He will place them in the center and restart the match in the exact same position they were in before. Corporal Barger in the blue belt, PFC Hauser in the red belt. Corporal Barger in the blue belt on top in the dominant position. Looks like a reverse. Red's trying to get an arm bar. Red Red is positioning himself to get an armbar. PFC Hauser in the red, Corporal Barger in the blue belt. Four points for Corporal Barger in the blue belt. 4 points blue belt, Corporal Barger. The referee gave him a warning not to slam him. That will be a deduction of points. That is a penalty here in the combatives program. Referee is stopping the fight, giving them another warning, and he restarted it. PFC Hauser in the red. 10 seconds left. Judges have given 10 seconds left. All right, and that's time. The judges have called time. This will go to decision. It'll be by points. Let's see what the judges have to say. Winner by points, that's Corporal Barger. All right, over here we have some spectators here. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good, sir.
What do you think about the competition so far?
Like just the combatives competition or the whole thing?
Well, the combatives.
Combatives. I think they're matched up really well. They've been getting a lot of tap outs, a lot of points. Can't wait to see wins.
How about you? How do you feel, Sergeant? How do you feel about the tournament so far?
I feel pretty good. Me and by the combative, they got a good challenge at people. They just fighting for be the best, and they demonstrated already by tapping a lot of people and getting tired, but giving the best for all of them.
Have either of you been surprised yet by some of the matchups and the winners and the losers?
Roger, I've been surprised by my competitor. He's still winning right now. He just lose right now, but he's doing pretty good. He surprised me. He just become E4 right now, but he's doing pretty good.
And who is that? Who are you here supporting and cheering on?
He's Thomas, the first name. He's already finished right now, but it's pretty good.
All right. And what about you? Did you any surprises?
I thought Sergeant Strott.
Oh, one of the Rangers. You thought they were gonna?
I thought he was gonna, take it, but I guess not.
Well, thank you very much again out here at the combatives. It's anybody's game, so thank you very much. We're gonna go over to the next match right here. All right, looks like in the red we have Specialist. No, that's in the red. In the blue is Specialist Lindenburg, U.S. Army National Guard. Sergeant, how are you doing? Can you give us a little play-by-play on what's going on over here?
Yeah, he's been sitting there struggling with that arm because it was over the top. His arm was over the top of the other guy's arm, so he wasn't getting a good choke in. But now that he went underneath the arm, he's got the head. Well, he popped out, but that's the way you're going to get that guillotine choke there. The guy on top is, well, there you go. There's a transition. I was just about to say, when you get that arm underneath the head, you hip thrust over, and you improve your position. He's in the guard. It's still not the dominant position, but it's better than being on your back.
All right, looks like in the red belt we have Staff Sergeant Sean Swint. He is in the dominant position. We saw earlier you gave a warning to somebody for the possible slam that they. So over here they're taking it easy.
All right, again, we've got a scramble. There's no points awarded because there's no position. And right there where he slips the leg out, he should get 3 points for passing that guard and then 4 points for a composing mount. But there wasn't a settled position, so there's no points awarded.
What if it's a tie? What do you do at that point?
If the time comes and there's a tie score, it's basically a next point win system. They'll keep the match going, and the referee knows to award the next points, and that's the winner.
I don't think I've seen any of that today, so it looks like everybody's been winning either by submission or by points today.
Right there you see he's going for the armbar. Whenever you're inside the guard, you never want to attempt a choke because you're giving up straight arms. And as you see right there, they can swing around and try to get an armbar from the guard. Luckily, he pulled out, and now he's improving his position to the side. If he can pop his head out, he can take the other guy's back right there. Got 10 seconds left. Looks like it's going to points again.
All right, looks like it's time. It's going to go to decision by points. Looks like this is a tie. We were just talking about that, so next point wins. Is there a time limit on this portion?
There is no time limit. So if they go 10 minutes, they just keep going until the next point is awarded.
Well, you hear that, so they probably want to wrap this up as quick as possible.
Right. What they're going to do is they're starting from the feet. So basically, whoever gets the takedown first is going to be the winner.
Right.
There you go. He's going for a little judo sweep, trying to hook the foot and take him down. He's defending nicely. See him attacking the leg. He's going to hook the foot, and there's a scramble there. There's no points awarded. Now, we can still have submissions from standing, so if he would have pushed his head down, maybe slid in the guillotine choke, he can still get a submission from standing. And there it is. Blue wins with the takedown.
All right. Looks like blue wins in the overtime, if you could say. All right, referee's going to announce. It was sudden death. Specialist Ryan Lindenburg, U.S. Army National Guard, wins that. Sudden death. All right, looks like for the final round, we're going to bring the mats to the middle. It'll be one big mat for the final round of this tournament.
Catch, catch.
Excuse me.
Santiago.
Right, we have PFC Travis Williams, U.S. Army Europe Command, going against Sergeant Santiago. They're shaking on it. That's Staff Sergeant Raymond Santiago, U.S. Army Training and Doctrine Command.
Come on, Will. There we go. Let's go, Will. on, Will, you're up on points. Use your leg and push out. Use your leg and push out. Let your body, Santiago, Will. Light it up. Light it up, Santiago. Put your foot in the carpet. Push up, Will. Let's go. Relax, relax. Come on, Will, get out of there. Come on, Will.
On tap, Blue. Fight check.
Go, Will. Ray, you got to get out of there. You don't have to laugh, Ray. Let's go, Will. Something else.
Let's go, Blue.
Sit up, sit up. Go, there you go, right here.
Winner by submission, Private First Class, Travis Williams, U.S. Forces, U.S. Army Europe, youngest competitor in the event.